What up, YouTube? So check it out, y'all. I added some gasket. I made my own little gaskets right here, this cork, to press up against this, make it more tight on my B200 RSV. The gas tank was leaking at full. So while I did this, I'm going to go ahead and add my own vent on there just to help, because I guess I'm taking away the air. But I'm going to add my air, my exhaust. So I'm going to have to put the phone down, y'all. Basically, I'm just going to start with a pilot hole. I'm going to go ahead and drill from this side since it'll help me center. So let me go ahead and get that drilled and I'll show you what we look like. And then from there, I got to get my fitting and I'll have to match my drill hole to the fitting. And yeah, basically put my hose and my little filter on top and it's vented. Just make sure you clean all the shavings, y'all. So I'm gonna have to make sure I clean all this shavings. I'm actually gonna take these off while I'm at it before I start drilling. So I'll see y'all here in a bit. Peace. All right, y'all, that was fairly easy. So basically I got my pilot hole. So now I just have to find my fitting and I'll drill a little bit smaller. That way it'll fit snug in there, y'all. So pretty centered. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta find my fitting, and then from there I'll know what size drill to use. Should be able to screw in good enough. You could also use JB Weld around if you want, or a little Teflon tape to make it tight. So I did take I took my gaskets off, like I said, just to keep it a little cleaner. That way I don't have to worry about getting anything on these. So on to the next step is finding my fitting. So then I'll be right back with y'all. Peace. Alright, what up, YouTube? So we back at it, y'all. I got me this drill bit, which should be the right size hole I need for these fittings here, y'all. This is a 2164 drill bit, and I believe this is a 1/4 by 3/8. I'll be putting it in the description, y'all, just to kind of help y'all. But this is a 2164. So when you're gonna drill your thing, make sure you have it a little bit smaller. That way it fits snug, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill my hole, and we'll screw this in. We'll see how it screws in, and I'll put my little fitting on there, and we'll see how it looks. So basically, I'll be back once I get everything done. It's a straight drill. Shake it off. Make sure I get all the little dust out of there. You know, the shavings. And then I got me over here. I got me. I don't know if I could grab them right away, but I got my little breathers over here, y'all. So let me go ahead and get to it, and then I'll be back with y'all. Peace. All right, y'all. So that's the hole right there that I made. The drill bit kind of caught it, but that's all right, because once I tighten it down, it's gonna, kind of cover it up. You could also file it if you want, or take a little hammer to it, or clip it off with a little wire cutters just to clean it up. Look, I could even just take it off with my fingernail. There we go. See? So let me try to screw it in off cam. I am doing this. Let me. Kind of hard to record when you don't have a tripod and all that. So that's basically why I had to do my drilling off cam. Now it looks like we actually, so you can see here, y'all. Almost gonna have to kind of. Looks like a little bit. The reason they want it smaller, but I can't even barely get this in there, y'all. But if I can, it'll be a real tight fit. So possibly gonna have to kind of squeeze it in there. Let me try to do that off cam, or maybe hit the drill bit and kind of spin it around a little. Let me try that. Just to kind of pick up the hole a little bit more. kind of. Yeah, definitely a tight fit with that 2164. I could see if you're screwing into something. This actually is a 2164 for a tap, y'all. So after that, then you tap it. But since this is super thin material, I mean, now I could understand what I did. So basically, I'm gonna be running into a little problem. My hole needs to be bigger, or I need to get me a little tap, even though it's super thin, just to widen that hole up. So let me figure it out, y'all, and we're gonna get this on there right. Peace. Alright, what up, y'all? So I just went ahead and I found this tap, which was just a little bit bigger, not very much, y'all. And so I'm already getting screwed in here. I just pushed down on it, and you can see it's tight on there. So even though it doesn't have that barely one little small threading, it still catches because it's the right size hole, y'all. And you could go ahead and put some Teflon there if you want. This one already had some. I could always unscrew it and put some of my own if I feel it needs it. But basically, y'all, we're just gonna get it seated. Once you get it seated, y'all, just see this little Teflon it kind of had. I'll probably unscrew it one day and put my own Teflon on there. Just kind of bend it into, straighten it out a little. But there you go. And as for my breather, well, let me see where it's at. Alright, y'all, excuse me. Had to find the part. So basically, this is a 1/4 hose. 1/4 fitting is probably gonna fit under just right. Or there you go, see. Now you could also cut to length, y'all. So there we go, right there. And there we go. I like to shorten them a little bit. Sometimes I feel like that's too big. So I'll probably cut it right here and stick that back down in there. Kind of gives it a better look than super long straw. But it looks alright, you know. You could, like I say, you could put some JB Weld around here if you want. Or just put a little blue Teflon tape, a little Teflon. But she's screwed in there. You see, look. She's screwed in there. So just to kind of help from leaking from up here, y'all, put some Teflon tape to make sure it locks in real nice and helps the leakage. But there it is, y'all. That's the cap. I just got to put my gaskets back on, and I'll show y'all what it looks like. Thanks for watching. Peace. The main thing is just get it nice and tight on here, y'all. You don't want a big hole. You want it to where, see how it screws in? How I showed y'all? That's what you want. So, alrighty, peace out. Alrighty, y'all, so that's how it's looking like on the bike. It looks pretty cool and also helps with the breathing. Remember, I double gasketed because I was having some leakage around here. So hopefully that'll fix my problem. And still I add some little Teflon up there just to be safe. and looks pretty cool, y'all. It gives the bike a little performance look to it, and it actually does give it a performance because it's gonna give it extra breathing there to make sure your bike gets the air it needs for your fuel tank. So alrighty, man, y'all be safe out there. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.